morning and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I am your host, Margie Curry, and today's session will be with Becca Impello. She is a certified yoga instructor and she has been practicing for more than 20 years. We're glad to have you today. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP Alabama is committed to offering opportunities for you to stay engaged from your home. The Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving in the safety of your own home. Becca, hi.
Good morning, Margie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great this morning. What do you have for us today?
Well, Margie, this is Mindful Movement, and my specialty is yoga. I'm also a physical therapist. I'm always trying to include things that are real functional for us, in our daily lives. And today I thought we would emphasize strengthening. So we'll be doing plenty of movement for the body, and we'll get things loosened up. But we're going to do some specific things targeted on building strength in the legs, the hips, the arms. So I'll be giving you options as well, so that you can do this this mindful movement session at the level that makes the most sense for you. So just be listening for those choices that I'm going to give you about how you might do a particular movement or pose.
Okay, but everybody, folks, please remember that before you begin any exercise routine, you should always consult with your physician to be sure that it's safe for you to participate. Well, Becca, you have a challenging session for us today, so let's go ahead and get started.
All right. Yes, indeed. Let's get started. So we're going to use a chair. This is going to be one of your options. There'll be some times where I might suggest that you go over to a wall, or you go down to the floor if you want something just a little bit less challenging, or if you want something a little harder. So I'll be talking about that as we go. But we're going to start just seated. Okay. And really, you could do a lot of this first part standing if you don't have a chair. But it's good to have a chair to sit in. Just bring yourself to the front of the chair. Let's start with a couple of deep breaths. All right. I like to take a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly sometimes when I'm, just pausing to check in and to sort of bring myself into my breath. So this is a good way for you to connect to your body and to feel your breath, and more specifically to feel where it is in your body you move when you breathe deeply. All right. So take a few breaths. In and out. Try to gradually deepen and lengthen your breath. But do it gradually, right? Because you don't want to force it all at once. It may be hard to do that. So just see if you can feel the breath move into your hand on your belly. Lift the hand on your chest. Feel them both drop down as you exhale, getting it all out. Take a few more deep breaths. Sit tall. Two more times, all the way in. Feel that breath in your body. All the way out. One more nice deep breath. All right, let those arms drop down to your sides or into your lap. There'll be some times where I suggest trying to breathe with your movements. I just want you to do the best you can there. Sometimes that's a little tricky to coordinate your breathing and your movement, but it's part of what makes the practice mindful. And anything you do that you practice, you get better at. So if you're not doing a great job at it right now, that's okay. Just keep working at it. All right, let's start with some shoulder rolls to loosen things up. So you bring those shoulders forward and up towards the ears, and then back and down towards the waist. And this is a great one to breathe with. Inhale as you bring those shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Feel free to even let that exhale be a sigh out of the mouth if you want. Two more times. One more. And then let those shoulders stay down and back. Sit up nice and tall through the chest. Turn the head side to side. As we're taking these first couple of movements into the body, it's a good idea to be mindful, to pay attention, to notice how are you feeling? How's your body feel with this particular movement? Do you notice anything tight, stiff? Does it feel good? Do you need to back off? Do you need to go further? Next time that chin is over towards one side or one shoulder, drop the chin down. We're going to make a semicircle. Chin slowly across the chest, up to the other shoulder with a little lift, and then back down and across the chest again. All right, so just making a nice semicircular movement. Go as far as feels comfortable for you, right? You're deciding those edges, how far you need to make your movements. One more time. Bring that head back to the center and lift it up. And just give me a couple of gentle nods. Chin down, chin up, any amount, no pain with any movements, especially here in the neck. All right, good. Now, let's take a little more warm up for the arms, and this will start to get into our spine as well. Sweep those arms out and up and reach as tall as you can. If you need to stop somewhere along the way, like bent elbows or V-shaped arms, that's okay. You can go wherever your arms let you go. Inhale, sit tall. Lengthen through the waistlines and the rib cage. Exhale down. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale down one more time. Inhale, reach up. This time just drop one arm and we'll take the other arm up and over. If you want to put that hand on your head versus having a straight arm, that's a good option to try. And then bring it back to center. Both arms reach up. Big breath in. Drop the other arm down. Take it across, either hand to the head or stretch that arm straight and over. Back to center. All right, now bring those arms out to the side, elbows bent. And then we'll take that little twist, turn in one direction, come back to center. Exhale, turn in the other direction, inhale back to center. There's another one to try to breathe with. Exhale as you turn, inhale as you come to center. Good. These arms might be getting tired, but this is part of building up that strength. You can certainly take them down if you want to take a rest. Next time you twist, stay there. Let the hands come down. Let it rest maybe on the back of your chair and on that opposite thigh or knee. Sit tall. Keep breathing. And then bring it back to center. Sit tall. Breathe in. Exhale. Twist the other way and stay there another breath or two. Good, and then come back to center. All right, now let's warm up the legs a little bit, and then we're going to jump into some of our strength building. So sit tall. You could hold onto the chair for a little more stability, or you could take those arms out if you want a little more work or load for your body as you do a few kicks. One leg out and in, bend and straighten that knee. Just want to get a little blood flowing through that leg, get the knees, joints loosened up. Remember, these arms out are optional. Hold that foot forward, point and flex to loosen up the ankle. And you could be barefoot like I am, but it's also okay to have socks or shoes on. Circle that ankle. Keeping that knee as straight as you can. We're warming up that thigh muscle. Go the other way with that ankle circle. And then drop that leg down, drop the arms down if you still have them up. Give them a little shake, maybe another couple rolls of the shoulder. And then let's do the other leg. Remember, option to hold on for a little more support or take the arms anywhere out to the side for a little more work. All right, bend and straighten the other knee. Okay, keep breathing. No particular coordination pattern here, but just make sure you're not holding your breath. Keep that leg forward. Let's point and flex. Get the ankle moving. Circle that ankle. Go the other way. Good. And drop it down. Shake out those arms. All right. Now, our first strength move is one that, you do all day long, more than likely. You get up and down from a seat, right? Now, you may not do it quite the way that we're going to do it here. We're going to do it here with a real target on trying to strengthen the legs and the hips. So what I want you to do is scoot towards the front of your chair. Bring your feet back so that they're, a little bit underneath your knees, right? And we're going to lean forward with a straight spine, right? So I'm leaning forward, putting some weight into my feet. I'm going to push down into my feet and see if I can shift my weight slowly onto my feet and raise that bottom out of the chair. And then sit back down. All right. Now, if that's difficult for you to do, here's an option. Put your hands on your thighs as you shift forward. Push into those legs to give you a little bit of help. All right. Now, if it's pretty easy, let's do the opposite. Bring those arms forward or even up to your head. Shift your weight slowly and come up. And then slowly sit back down. All right. Now, if you find you can't get out of the chair at all, then keep working on that lean forward and that push with your legs. You'll still be toning those legs somewhat. All right, so let's do a couple more. You choose that arm position. Keep it slow. Lean forward. Push, push, push. Try to rise slowly. Just come a couple inches up. And then try to sit slowly. Sometimes that's the harder part. All right, lean forward. Remember, leaning forward and pushing is great. If you can't get those hips out of the chair, that's okay. Keep pushing. And then relax and lean back. We're going to do 3 more. Now, this is called chair pose. Now, we're using it to actually lift and lower into a chair. In a few moments, we'll do a version that takes us from standing tall into chair pose as well. Last 2, lean forward, push, push, push. You want to go slow. Slow makes you work a little harder. Good. One more time. And then come on down, shake out those arms. Just go ahead and just move those legs a little bit. All right, nice work. Roll those shoulders. We're going to go ahead and stand up now. We're going to use the chair as one of our options. And everybody can just go ahead and use it for this little loosening up the back that we're going to do. And then when we move into our strengthening for the arms, you have some choices to make. All right, so we use the chair, or you could get down on the floor, right? That is always an option. We're getting to our hands on the chair, so we're in a tabletop position. If you were on the floor, you'd be in hands and knees. All right, let's go ahead and push into a rounded back. Tuck your tail, drop your head, and then take it into an arched or a flat back. All right, so we call this cat and cow, rounding into cat like a Halloween cat. And then flattening out the lift of the tail, lift of the chest. And let's breathe with this. Exhale as you round it. Inhale as you flatten it out. Exhale as you round. Inhale, flatten it out. Good, about 3 more. Last one. All right, now some strengthening here for our back, shoulders, and our hips. So nice and efficient. So we're here in this tabletop. It's okay to have a little bend to your knees so that it's easier to be flat. And you're going to see if you can take one leg up and then the opposite arm also. So we got arm and leg up. This makes us work a little bit on balance. We have to get that stability through our standing leg and our hand on the chair. And we work the arm and the leg that we're holding up as well. And we also get some work for our back and our core. One more breath here. And then take it down. All right, let's switch sides. So take the other leg up. Now try to keep that leg nice and straight. Engage that leg. Opposite arm comes up. Keep breathing. Keep those eyes focused on a spot, maybe looking down at your chair or slightly out in front or past your chair. The eye focus will give you a little help with the balance. All right, let's bring it down. Let's do that one more time on each side. So come back to opposite arm and leg lifting. If this is fairly easy for you, try closing your eyes, perhaps, just to challenge the balance a little bit. Everything will have to work a little differently. All right, and then come on down. Let's switch sides again. Maybe close the eyes. Don't do anything unsafe, of course. Don't make it too challenging. But if you're rock steady, that's just an option you can try. All right, and then hand down, foot down. Let's walk the feet back, extending out through the arms and into the spine. This is a downward facing dog using the chair. It could be done on the floor. It could also be done with those hands on a wall. All right, now walk it in. Come all the way up to standing for a moment. Roll those shoulders out. Now, this next one is for the shoulders and the core, and it involves doing a plank position, right? So you could do your plank on a wall or a countertop. This is a great option if you don't need to put too much weight through your arms or your wrists, or you just haven't done this in a while and you feel like you're going to be able to hold a little more steady. You could do it down on the floor, right? You could get right down on the floor and do like a top of a push-up, or you can use the chair. It's a nice in-between. All right, so we're taking this first plank and just holding steady. Make sure you're pushing through your arms. You're pushing so that your chest is moving away from the chair or away from the wall or the floor or whatever you're pushing against. Firm up your legs. Straighten your knees. Reach back with your heels a bit. 2 more breaths. Good. Let's walk it in to stand up for a moment. If you happen to be down on the floor, you can get on your knees, or you can push back into, say, a child's pose. You might want to circle your wrists a little bit. Now, the second round of plank, we're going to do 3, just to give you a little preview. The second round of plank, I'm going to give you an option to do a little more work for the core, and it'll also challenge the arms a little bit. You can do this variation, whether you're at the wall, on the floor, or on the chair, all right? And you don't have to do it if you don't want to, right? You can keep a steady hold in plank instead if you want. All right, so this round, if you want to add a little more challenge, you're doing a slow pull of one knee at a time up towards your chest. I like to do that on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, make sure you're pushing. Exhale, pull that knee in, tighten the belly. Good. Keep breathing. It's okay to stop and take a break, right? We all got different tolerances, different familiarity with these types of exercise. I'm going to do 2 more pulls and then take a little break. And then go ahead and just, again, stand up. Maybe shake out those arms or circle out those wrists. All right, we got 1 more round of plank. All right, same things. You can do it on the wall, the floor, the chair. You can do this last variation. You could do the one we just did, or you can hold your plank steady. This time around, we're actually going to do a few shallow push-ups, if it's okay for your body, right? You got to decide. All right. And when I say shallow push-ups, I mean, I'm not trying to get all the way down, right? I'm just going to go a little bend to the elbows and then push back up. Try to keep the rest of that body in a nice straight line. Keep breathing. Remember, you could do just a few of the push-ups and stop, or you could keep going. We'll do 3 more. Last one. All right, let's come on back up. Let's everybody come to standing. Even if you were doing your push-ups down on the floor, come all the way up. All right, shake out those arms. Maybe give them a little stretch. One arm across the chest might feel good. And then the other arm across. All right, now, We're going to work on that chair pose again, but from standing. I'm going to just get my chair turned around so that in a moment, or even right now for chair pose, if needed, you could touch the back of that chair for a little stability. All right? But that's optional, right? Use it as needed. Keep yourself safe. All right, so we're standing tall. You're going to just start to sit back. Any depth is okay, right? So if it bothers your knees to do a real low squat, don't do a low squat. Just sit back a little bit. All right, or maybe you sit back a little lower. That's where maybe having that chair is going to feel a little more safe. You can also let go and bring those arms forward or up towards your head. This puts a little more work in your shoulders and your back. All right, let's straighten up. Drop the arms, shake it out. We're doing 3 rounds of chair pose. Each one, we're going to try to hold just a little longer. But know that it's okay to go in and out if that's a better thing for you than trying to hold. All right, second chair pose. Weight to the heels. You're bending at the hips and the knees. You decide how far. Maybe the arms up, maybe not. Keep that breath steady. Notice that feeling in your legs and in your body. Are you getting a little warmer? Those muscles start to feel a little tired. That's all normal stuff. All right, and then straighten up. Take a couple deeper breaths. Feel free to move a little bit. Third round of chair pose. We'll hold it a little bit longer, but you get to decide, right? All right, so it's tall through the spine. Shift the weight back, sit down. One little trick, if you want to try to hold longer, but you were tiring out last time, don't sit quite as deep, right? Or maybe don't bring the arms up. Keep breathing. Try to distract yourself by finding your breath, thinking about the positive benefits of building strength. One of the reasons why we want to come out of something like this as challenging is that our brain just gets tired of it, right? Our body could do it longer, almost always, but our brain tries to talk us out of that. Last 2 or 3 breaths. I know, feeling that burn in those legs. All right, come on out of that. All right, let's do just a little bend of the knees, one and then the other. So just stand, you can hold on to the chair if you want. Just get those quads, a little bit of lengthening there. All right. And then let's go ahead and step back with the right leg. Taking a nice longish lunge stance. Bend that front knee. Make sure you're getting a good squeeze in that right buttock back here. This will help to open up that front hip. Optional to take that right arm and reach it up as well. This gives us some stretch for that front thigh and front hip. And then bring that arm down, straighten the front knee, keep a straight spine and fold forward. You can use the chair if you want to rest the hands on. We're looking for a stretch down the back of that front leg, right? So the left leg, stretching that hamstring. Breathe in, breathe out. Should be starting to slow down the breath naturally as we kind of take ourselves away from those more strength building type positions that we were working on. All right, let's come up and switch sides. We'll take the left leg back, the right leg forward. Bend that right knee. Push into that back heel. Remember, we want a good squeeze in that back glute. Lift up from the front. Optional to take that left arm up as well. Take a little reach up there. 2 more breaths. Right? You can bring your awareness into that breath. Breathe in a little deeper. Breathe out a little slower. All right, bring that hand down. Front knee straightens. And then just lean forward with a straight spine until you feel some stretch on the back of that right leg. Keep breathing. Bring that awareness over and over again back into your breath. right, come on up, step it in. Now we're going to finish with a balance posture that's going to utilize some of that strength that we've just built, both for the strength we worked on in our hips and our legs and the strength we worked on in our shoulders and our chest. All right, so it's tree pose. You can hold on to a chair or the wall as needed. So shift the weight into one leg. Turn the other knee out a bit and see if you can bring that foot up maybe onto the foot or the ankle or the up around the knee. You know, just make sure you're pushing everything into the middle. You're not letting your hips slide off to the side or your knee slide off to the side. So use those strong hips, strong leg, and then try taking the palms together. If you can let go and push those hands into one another. Make a nice firm engagement there for the shoulders and the arms and the chest, using that strength. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe some wobble. It's okay to touch the chair or put your foot down and then come back. All right, release. Just pause a moment. Notice that that standing leg feels a lot different than the leg you had lifted up. Let's do tree pose on the other side. So standing leg solid, bring the other knee out to the side, foot up on that inside of the leg, wherever you can take it. Hands can come to the heart, maybe. And then you can use that engagement of the arm and chest muscles. Lift up from your belly, so you're using that as well. Keep breathing. And release. Come on out of that. Take another little shift in place. Notice how the body feels. All right, we're going to come and to sit down in our chair to finish up, or if you want to sit down on the floor, that's great too. All right, so just take a moment and just observe your body. So if any of that stuff we did today was challenging and you felt it in your muscles or your joints, I want you to just bring your awareness right now to those areas of the body. And just notice the sensation. Notice that feeling of having used your body. Notice that feeling of your body having strength, right? So we want to recognize that sensation. We want to label that sensation that we felt in this work as something positive, as having strength, having stability, being capable, having this amazing body that can do things for us. So even if you found things challenging, I want you to focus on the positives, the things that you were able to do, and the feelings that you have in your body that signify that your body is working. Take a few moments, feeling your body, feeling that strength in your muscles, feeling that stability in your joints, feeling that overall capability in your being. Breathe that in. Three more breaths. Slow them down a little bit if possible. Two more breaths. One more breath in and out. All right, and then just bring a hand to the heart, maybe a hand to the belly. Again, just soften things. Remind yourself that your body is beautiful and strong and capable. And doing practices like mindful movement with AARP and any other activity that you do that gets your body moving and gets your mind engaged with how your body's doing as a really beneficial activity. And we're so grateful for AARP of Alabama for giving us these opportunities to move mindfully together and connect our mind and our body. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Let us know if you have any questions, comments, or requests. We'd love to hear from you.
And thank you, Becca. Very challenging today. We thank you very much. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please let us know your thoughts. Thank you for joining us, and join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time for the next session of Mindful Movement. Have a great week. Bye. Bye, Becca.
Bye, Margie.